Now I got the COVID for.
Blanket for.
I've been indoors, man.
So you already cut that heat off, huh? He said, yo, it's consistently above 50 during the day.
Fucking breaking here.
Put a hoodie on, my nigga. That's what everybody else is doing.
You see me?
I don't feel like going upstairs. I have a blanket right here.
No, actually, I like that. You know, little Red Riding Hood ass. You know, come on, cutie. What up, boo?
Nigga touch heat in this house getting punched.
Yo, y'all see that? That shit got a background to it.
Yeah, I don't have it on my laptop though.
I don't know if I got it in this shit. If I do, I'm putting my shit on.
I have the feature, but I don't have the actual backgrounds.
Yeah, mine says something about I gotta download some extra feature or whatever.
Yeah.
I think that if I was hosting it, then I have the option. I don't have the option right now. But hell yeah, all right, you know.
Yo, so I already started recording the session.
Reem, we have unlimited minutes, so.
Well, let's just jump into it, boy. Well, welcome to Zoom. Shit, you see me? Laid up, prayed up. It's lemonade. It's lemonade.
Is it?
Yeah, no, it's facts, bro. I'm just been, son, I ain't left the house since, other than to drop Megatron off today to his mom, I ain't left the house since Sunday, bro. Work has been a whole new beast, so I've just been focusing on that shit. And homeschooling, so I ain't even make it to the liquor store. I know next time I do, though, I'm probably gonna drop that whole stimulus check on Crown.
Oh, what's that like? How many bottles? That's 60 bottles. Shit.
Yo, this nigga Al just did the Don't Rush challenge. Yo,
I wanted to look cool too.
This nigga went from Red Riding Hood to goddamn blood in no time.
I wanted to look cool too.
You got it now. I was a minute ago I was feeling the type of way. Now I'm terrified.
You trying to get close to the streets, huh?
Oof.
I'd be like Bub.
Speaking about them streets, what's going on, Bub? What's the temperature out there looking like?
We had a double homicide last week.
A double homicide? Like, was it like a murder-suicide on some domestic violence?
No, it wasn't nothing like, it wasn't no gang stuff. It was, so the guy was, I believe, mentally ill, the shooter. They actually found him in his crib after the double homicide.
Damn, bro.
Sitting in his crib, like.
What y'all talking about? Yes.
No, I know what y'all talking about. Oh, y'all here for me. Yeah, I did that. All right, cool. I guess it was an argument, and he killed the boyfriend and the girlfriend. He killed a couple.
Yeah, that's nuts, man.
I was found on the train tracks in Providence.
Damn.
People, we gotta slow down. It ain't even summertime yet.
And then in Pawtucket, there was a little fight with some young boys. I don't get it, right? Like these, I don't know. I've never heard of the term "we tried to jump you." Either we jump you or we don't jump you.
Tried to jump. Well, unless you was about to jump me and I hit you with the boom.
Are we recording or is this a test?
Nah.
It's recorded.
I'm recording it right now.
No, like my thing is.
Off the scene.
We live, man. We live, Alex. Welcome to episode 88. Oh, whatever this is. Is that 80?
No. 89.
Yeah.
It's 89, Reem. Is it 89?
Nigga, that's what I said, Juan. That's what I said, bro.
You said, don't play me, man. I knew what I was talking about.
Out here, bro.
Nah, the young boy, yeah, said they tried to jump him, and he came back 15 shots. Hit nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really understand that neither, though. Like, even the jump, they came with their hands, right?
But I'm seeing these kids get jumped, but when you see them physically, no scars, no nothing. Like for me, you get jumped, like you should be in the ER, like in pain. Like
Nah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a funny story about they
Oh, you
tried
got
to
jumped,
jump me.
Alex? You got jumped before?
Unfortunately.
I got jumped before too.
What did Alex do to get jumped? Who made you fuck?
Huh?
Who made you fucking? Why did you get? I can't imagine a time where,
You look
especially
at
when
that.
I saw that throwback haircut. I can't imagine why we jumping out.
That was a long time ago. I used to be in these streets, you know what I mean? No, sir.
Was it Corn Cobb and Ed? Like, that don't count if it's family, man.
Nah, it wasn't family. It was some bullshit, man. We'll get to it one day. I don't feel like I'm still not over it, and it happened years ago.
Oh, and Rhode Island, Mass. You still see these niggas, don't you? They be on a bus and shit. You be like,
The only thing that I can tell you is that I went right to Animal. I was like, Animal, I need the gun. I was ready to kill somebody.
oh man, you was gonna be that dude.
Gonna be that dude. I was ready to fuck somebody up.
Is that the time that me and Lobo met up with you?
It was that night that we were all supposed to go out, and I didn't go out. I don't know if you remember. It was way back in the day.
Huh.
Way back in the day when I got into a car accident, fender bender.
Yep.
That day.
Yo, Lobo's the right nigga to show up with.
Oh,
I'll never forget him, dog. He's
Oh,
this nigga 6'8", 270-pound muscle, black as onyx, in a smart car. Nigga pulled up in a smart car. I think I had to take the whole top and door off to get out. Yeah, I got a funny almost got jumped story. Did y'all have the Regions test out here? You know, like that week during like February where you got to take the citywide testing?
Yeah. It's not called Regions. It's called, actually, I don't know if we had it in high school. I know the kids got it now.
Yeah, so we had that shit, and it'd be like you have a test at 9 in the morning in one subject, and then you finish that up around 11, and then you have another test at like 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon for another subject. And so in between, my nigga ARP that we went to that we just had the one-on-one live with, his house was close to the school. Mom's was never there. She was at work during the day. So like me, him, there's like one other dude and like 3 or 4 chicks. Went back to his crib, like, yo, we just gonna kick it here for a couple hours. And then we're gonna go walk back to school. On the walk back to school, right? Nigga, this shit is something out of like West Side Story, bro. like out of nowhere, it's just like niggas just started like hopping up. One nigga got a pipe, another nigga got a little knife, another nigga got a chain, and then there's like the one ringleader. This nigga name is Felix. Oh man, this shit crazy because this is 9th grade, like springtime. The nigga was mad at me because I danced with this girl at 8th grade prom. So he's been holding on to this for that long. I had no idea. Now I'm like, what? I don't know. Now I'm on to the 6, 7. I don't know. So when we walking back, they just start popping up at the sewers like Ninja Turtles and shit with mad armory. So as they're like surrounding us, I see all of this artillery. I'm just calculating right now. I'm like, all right, look, if I take the dude with the pipe, the nigga with the knife might stab me. If I grab the nigga with the knife, then the dude with the pipe might bang on me. All right, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna let this nigga approach me. He approached me. He was like, yo, son, what's that shit with my girl? I'm like, who's your girl? Remember 8th grade prom? So the nigga swung, right? And I did the only movie acting type hit, like, as it's coming, I'm going, like, oh. So the shit brushes by, but it turns me. I turn with it 90 degrees. Nigga, I seen the whole, it was like Saquon, Ezekiel, Elliott, Barkley. Boom! Nigga, I was back taking the test 4 minutes later. Like, yeah. Yeah. Almost got jumped. Oh shit, it was close. I didn't go get the hammer though, bro. I was just, what I'm gonna do? Ask my father, who's a cop, like, yo, I need to burn it, dad. I was gonna do that. But yeah, that was the almost got jumped story. We squashed it after that.
That's funny, man.
It was a good time. Stay out the streets, bro.
I've never been almost jumped.
I
Actually,
find it
not.
hard to believe, yo. Niggas,
Nah,
niggas
it
you like
wasn't- it wasn't-
flirting and shit. I feel like niggas have mad reasons to get at you.
There wasn't. There was a time at Finnegan's where we got into some shit with some African dudes, man, and they came back deep.
What is he? What is he? The Mexican nigga.
And we dipped into Finnegan's, but there was a time Alex at KP. Cobb, you ever
What's
hang?
KP? What's KP?
What's KP?
So Alex never hung at KP. I mean, Cobb never hung at KP.
Nah, I never. I mean, Kennedy Plaza was dope for me because because I got my first corporate job at Bank of America right there.
Oh
I
yeah.
had first line, first class view on all Kennedy Plaza bullshit, dog. And it was,
That shit was World Star before World Star.
It was, yeah, exactly.
What's crazy, so when I was, I want to say 2021, I worked at Fleet Bank.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Man.
Yep.
And so that's after high school, but there was an incident where we used to throw people in the fountain. So I don't know if you remember the fountain downtown.
I'm sorry, what?
Huh?
Like on some birthday celebration shit?
No,
Or
it just
like
sounds,
we just gonna fuck up your outfit today?
yeah.
Mad reasons to jump ups. Mad reasons.
But listen, I'm deep, so I'm not getting jumped. Right? And so my man throws this chick in the fountain. And so when he throws her in the fountain, she grabs his chain.
Oh.
And so he's like, yeah, I'm gonna pull you out of the chain. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna pull you out. She snatches it still. So he wows out on her, right? So this dude that I grew up with in Lockwood starts bugging, like, oh, you ain't gonna do that to my cousin, blah, 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 blah. So I grab him, like, yo, chill, man. Like, what are you doing? Nah. I said, yo, she snatched his chain. We was having fun.
It sounded like he was preventing domestic violence, which is technically your job now. That's just observation.
Long story short, this is not his cousin. So he already had an issue. He already had an issue with my man already. Almost like with your situation, right? I already got a issue with you. And so all my boys want to get at him. And I'm like, nah, I grew up with dude. Nah, we ain't, none of that's happening. Later on that day, we're at the Southside Boys and Girls Club. He pulls up and like 4 cars deep. Where's so-and-so at? I'm like, and so my man, a kid that was going to the Boys Club comes in. He's like, yo, so-and-so's outside looking for you. So I go outside. I'm like, yo, what's up? He's like, nah, bub, where's your boy? Like, what are you talking about? I said, nah, niggas trying to jump me. So that's why my thing is tried. Like, you was by yourself. Like, I prevented the jump. Like, we ain't trying to jump you.
So now there's a lot of niggas around. It was loud.
All out brawl in front of the Boys Club. So now my crew that I hung with is basically versus the guys I grew up with. So I grew up in Lockwood Plaza. So now it's a full-on brawl in front of the Boys Club. It's
so who are you hitting? He said, I can't disclose that right now. Who are you hitting? If you hit me and I grew up with you, I'm like, word, bub.
I've always been a peacemaker.
Can't peacemaker brawl.
Yeah, somebody got to get got.
Alex, my business.
Oh, shit. Alno's is skinny.
Nice. Ask him about it. He'll tell you. Oh, he may not. He may deny it. Hey, just real quick, like you guys, content kings out there. Congratulations to you guys putting on some good work.
Great work, fellas.
Shout out to the IG Lives, man. Dope. ARP's joint was, for me anyway, because I don't know the brother. And Reem, shout out to you because you really kept it to the business. And I learned a lot, even when I talked to you, Reem. FaceTime after it. We try to FaceTime the group. I learned a lot that during that conversation, man, which was dope. Shout out to ARP, man, and Rare Breed.
100% shout out. And you know, the best thing about it is that, like, because he's the bro, he's still completely down with, you know, just offering that information. So if we come up with things that, you know, we think we need to think about and consider, and we want to bounce it off of him, he's extended that invitation. So yeah, I appreciate him for that. I'm pissed because y'all did the Jon Hope at 1 o'clock, bro. Like I'm not working at home.
I know. I retweeted that shit too, and I forgot that it was like, well, I was like, we said what?
So when I hit him to schedule it, he said that was the only time he was available because the evening, like, he's tied up with his daughter and some other business stuff. So
I feel like I caught one of the best parts though when he was talking about, yo, my mother was church going, but she cursed a lot. I feel like I caught the one moment, like, yes, all right, I got that one. But it seemed like he was talking a lot of legacy and just what his name's gonna be like or how it's gonna be carried with his daughter. I haven't been able to watch the content yet, but it seemed like y'all was getting into it.
I told him, I said, you know, it's one of those, because me and him had the conversation where receive your flowers. And a lot of times, I think humbly, and when somebody comes up and says, yo, Reem, I'll be like you, man, I'm trying to do my thing. And you'll probably say, nah, man, I'm trying to be like you. And we don't receive that, right? We don't take that compliment and say, I appreciate that, thank you. And so we had a lot of those conversations. And so I was like, yo, man, talk your shit, man. Like, you're doing a lot of that PC shit, man. That's just big, man. Like, he's one of the few faces, not Ed Cooley. He is the face of Friartown.
That's fine.
Like I said, I asked him the question, what was the difference between performing your own show opposed to doing that at the Dunk? And he's like, he broke it down, I think, very well and said, the capacity is 12,500 at the Dunk. He said, and not the whole crowd is there, or not even a good majority of the crowd is there to see me. My shows are about me, my music, my product. And so they're rocking with me.
That intimate connection.
Yeah, the 12,500 is there to see the game or to see Ed Cooley. And he said, I got to be able to make sure that I'm putting on for them and not for myself.
That's fine.
Have you ever been to one of the games, one of the Fridays games?
Have I?
Yeah, a while ago. Before Jon Hope was there, I'd been to one, but
I haven't been to one this season. But
yeah, hell no, you ain't.
Nah, I'm just asking because he does a great job out there, man.
Like yeah. I think Alex asked about, because I think I asked the question. I didn't call it code switching, but Alex asked the question about code switching, and he kind of answered that question to figure out who he was and being his most authentic self in all those different forums.
Right.
Yeah, no, dope interviews, man.
Oh, you got it. No, yeah, I was about to get to yours with you and Miggs, man. Did the battle live up to the expectation and that discussion that you guys were talking about, the RZA versus Timbaland?
Man.
I mean, not Timbaland, RZA versus Primo.
Yeah. Nah, it was a great conversation with Miggs. It was dope, man, because I had to get Miggs on to talk about some conspiracy theory shit. And at the beginning, at the beginning of the conversation, Miggs got into his conspiracy bag, which was dope. But nah, the verse was out of control, man. And it was good to see that there was some songs that we talked about, like the Jeru song that was played or whatever, but it was above and beyond whatever I thought it was going to be, man. Like I haven't watched any of the other verses, so I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah, it's the first time I've seen
this was beyond anything I've seen in a while. Like, I don't know what to compare this to. You know what I'm saying?
When RZA dropped them Kanye joints, I was like, oh my, I forgot. Like, I literally forgot.
Completely.
Primo touched my heart with them Jay-Z Reasonable Doubt tracks, man. And that's when I was like,
oh, got you, Alex?
Yeah.
Got you.
I didn't know
he didn't play a lot of shit. There's a lot of shit he did not play.
I didn't know that was him on those things, on those tracks. Even though, like,
the Evils.
Now that I heard it, I can hear I know a Primo beat when I hear it, right? But at the time, I didn't know.
So Alex, I got you. I think I need you, and if you need it, I'll give you my title login you got to watch the 20 Years Reasonable Doubt. You got to watch it because Primo's in it.
Oh, yeah, what?
Jay-Z kind of goes through the whole album.
You know, Kaba, you brought up that this was your first one. I guess in my experience, and it being your only one, I'm sure it was the best one, right? But in watching the other ones, so I will say, for my opinion, that this was the best one. And it could just be because of who I am, who we are, our demographic, our age and era, right? You know, like when you had like The Dream versus Sean Garrett, like that's the R&B side. And yeah, I rock to the songs, but like, you know, it's R&B type shit. And like Manny Fresh and Scott Storch, I didn't think that was like that comparable because it's just like Manny Fresh is Manny Fresh and Scott Storch is like the pop version of that. But for me, this was the most compatible clash of sound. And bro, it just brought, that shit brought me back to seventh grade to like freshman year of college. Like that, my whole teenage years flashed before my eyes listening to that shit, boy. That shit was, and this is the only one that went that long. That we were only supposed to get 20. They did like 30, 35 apiece.
Yeah.
With more in the cash. That shit was fire, boy. I was in here losing my mind. I feel bad for my tenants downstairs because that shit just kept going. I was like, well, as long as it's going, the speakers is turned to the max. That shit was fire.
With these technical difficulties, it still didn't matter. Like, it's still, I don't even remember
Bong.
the technical difficulties.
Bong bong. You kept
Yo,
doing
this nigga
bong,
stood
bong.
up for like 3.5 hours, bro.
Dancing and everything.
Like, legit, I'm sitting down right now, sweating. This nigga stood up for 3.5 hours. That one was fun. It's gonna be a tough one to follow.
That was
Also what I appreciate about it, Primo kept it real authentic because he's a DJ, right? Like he had the turntables, like he like
scratching in between.
Yeah, like that's one thing I appreciated, and I think I was talking about it with Harry, and ARP alluded to it. Like we grew up on hip hop, right? And so.
Right.
Appreciate the little things, right? And so that's why I appreciated Premier and what he was doing, his setup. He kept it funky with the DJing. Like I'm a DJ too, right? And so I got my DJ set up. He could have easily just sat down, had a laptop, and I think it looks like RZA. I couldn't see it, but it looks
RZA did the same thing.
It looked like he had a DJ set up as well.
Yeah, like the boards or something. Yep.
So they kept it real hip hop, and the fact
and there was mad history in between.
Yeah.
Before they set up each one of the songs, or after they played it, there was mad history in between. Oh yeah, it was me, Nas, and Big Pun sitting in the room. Like word, like that was definitely the best one for me, sure.
Yeah, I mean I seen all of them. I cut the Scott Storch and Manny Fresh off, but as far as hip hop and rap, for me that. Better than the Timbo and Swiss.
Oh, the Timbo Swiss one. I didn't catch that one.
They set it off, right? They set it off, and it was kind of like some random joint. They set it off. But the Jonte and Neo probably like, so for me it's RZA and Premier, Jonte and Neo, and then I'll give Tim and Swiss in there. But Diddy and JD.
Oh, I don't know. I think Diddy might have been right. Diddy versus JD and Dre. Yo, Diddy might have been. Yo, that's one thing, and we can call him whatever you want to call Diddy.
Oh no,
that catalog goes everywhere for like the last.
It goes from the Andre Harrell days.
Right.
Yeah, I mean Mary J.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
see, Mary J and Jodeci.
That's what I'm saying. You haven't even touched the Craig Mack joint.
No Bad Boy yet. We didn't even get the Bad Boy yet.
No Bad Boy yet. You know what I mean? Like, we didn't even get the Puff yet. You know what I mean?
we don't even know who Growng is yet.
So that's
no Harlem World. Nothing.
trying to think. So somebody said, oh, maybe it was Charlamagne the God that was like the next one should be if they did rappers, Fab and 2 Chainz. And I thought that like Charlamagne was kind of shitting on Fab. I'm like, nah, bro. Fab is more like in that Wayne kind of conversation. Like,
I don't think 2 Chainz.
I want to hit Fab and 2 Chainz. Like,
nah,
Fab got too many hits, man.
Too many hits. I'm anxious to see who the next what's the name is gonna be. Shit probably gonna be some country shit. Fuck
Fab
the whole
said he
world
wanted
up.
to see Clue in terms of freestyles, Clue and somebody else. Clue and who was it? Envy? Not Envy. Is it? Who else was dropping mixtapes like Clue back in the day?
Oh, Clue
Freestyles.
versus what's my man
And
the black
Might be
nigga with
Envy.
the beard shit.
K-Slay,
K-Slay.
Drama.
2 DJs who had a lot of freestyles back in the day.
K-Slay. Yeah, it might be fire. I'm excited.
K-Slay's gonna have a lot of Pat Poose, and I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear it.
Now, yo, K-Slay got a lot of them $5 mix CDs on the table. He got a lot of them joints, bro. Like, it's gonna be more than Papoose for sure. But yeah, it's worth it. I'll tell you what, it made quarantine feel real all right for about 3.5 hours.
Word.
They did their thing.
They really did,
In
man.
fact, you can lock in for 3.5 hours, right? Just lock in to good music.
They
You know?
I think
That's
the
a
more
lot.
And they didn't even let it go. Like, it was only like 2 verses tops.
Yeah, some of the bangers. I was like, yo, just play the whole thing, though.
Now they were saying 90. They were saying 90,
run, baby.
90 seconds, a verse and a hook. But there's certain songs like, no, play that.
Yeah, let it go.
Yo, I didn't hear the what's the Ghostface shit? Plucking roaches out the cereal box. That wasn't RZA?
I don't know.
I was like, damn. I was waiting the whole night for that shit to drop. I ain't hear that shit drop. I'm like,
I didn't
damn.
know if that was
Oh, but the motherless child? I ain't hear the motherless child. I was like, oh.
Son, that's what I'm saying. There was so many more. I don't know if there was a winner to this one. I don't know if there was a winner.
But pick one.
No, I think he played Motherless Child. I think he played it.
Did he?
I'm mad I missed that. I think the way I had it, I think 1 through 20, I had Primo. 20 through the rest, I had RZA. Hip Hop won.
Yes, hip hop won overall, but let's just do a versus. Who won? Who do you think was the better one?
And if it was just the 1 through 20 set, I would have said Primo.
Nice.
But after from 21 on was RZA.
Did the Kanye joint come after 20?
Yeah.
Those were, I was like, oh.
Me and the RZA connect. Ooh.
That's a problem, bro. That's almost a problem. That's a problem.
And he's on my favorite Kanye album, one of my favorite Kanye albums of all time, The Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Oh, it's the best.
Like, what the?
Then
Sneaky one. He had a Biggie joint.
The,
he had a Biggie joint.
no, wasn't he on the other one though? On that album with
Long
it was Ye, it was Jay-Z, it was Pusha T, it was Sci-Hi.
Yeah,
Oh, that was a good music joint.
Nah, that's on the Appalled.
Yeah, so
That
Paul.
was on that shit too. They didn't play that.
Appalled. He didn't play Appalled.
Yeah, yo, oof, boy. Yeah, I don't know, man.
I don't know, man. If this would have gone on, this is the thing. This is why I agreed with Mitch, right? Because it's like Premier has a legacy, man. Like, he has a legacy and he has consistency. He has albums, you know what I'm saying? He has Gangstar, you know what I'm saying? He has Prime. RZA has Woo, but that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't.
That's what we thought.
Right. And then you got like Biggie, Kanye. You got all of these other rappers who you just never thought he would pull out of his bag. I thought it was crazy, man.
The fact that Primo has, like, he got tracks. He got tracks with, like, obviously some people put definitely in their top 5 and probably their top 3 or 4, Biggie, Nas, and Jay-Z. right? Like Primo's got that.
But so did the RZA.
No, he does. But I'm talking about like Primo's got multiple joints with these guys.
He got a lot of joints with him for sure.
You know what I'm saying? And group home, like them group home joints smack.
Yeah.
Smack.
Yes.
Like that's our high school, bro. That's at least my, you know what I mean? That's high school days, and middle school days of music that Primo's got in the stash.
Yo, you know the best thing about it though? On the visuals, them niggas still look like 1993, bro.
Facts.
Like,
Yeah.
that was a Primo outfit, and that was a RZA outfit. These look like authentic 1993.
Nah, I mean, bang, bang.
Yeah.
Nah, I mean.
Yeah, 100% look like 1990 and talk like 1990.
And talk like it too. Bum, bum.
Bang,
That
bang.
shit was fire. Big up to the whole culture.
Yeah,
They kept it authentic all the way. Kept it authentic, man.
Yeah, that was a good one, man.
People were talking about 50 and Ja.
Hey, just a hot topic off of that one, though. Just a hot topic. My man Meth won that. Meth and ODB
Listen,
on top.
if we talking about like 16s, like hot 16s, Meth got them joints.
Meth, I don't know why. Till this day, Meth should be regarded very, very high on people's lists.
He should be high.
This motherfucker could just almost effortlessly. He makes rap seem simple. Like, there are people that are so nice that they make rapping be like, oh, I could do that. And then
Right.
you're like, there's no way I could have ever come up with no way.
Yo, Meth,
like that. Fuck.
Meth was walking on those beats, man. He was just walking on them.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
Respect the Deck too doesn't get credit.
Tag never gets credit, man.
That I think honestly when you said Meth and ODB, and I listen to, of course, I mean I'm raised in Staten Island, so you know, surrounded by that music all the time. But I don't think I appreciated how well the Old Dirty Bastard transformed the RZA sound.
Yeah.
Like the way he jumped, because there was nobody else sounded like him. Like you may start to think about like the early Busta Rhymes with that animation and shit like that, but the way that ODB sound clash meshes with the RZA's beats is just hearing it again, you know, some fucking 20 years later. I'm just like, God damn, I might have to go back and download that. I don't know if that's on Apple right now.
That's another thing. It's just both of their catalogs still sounded fresh. Like still
Timeless.
Yeah, it was timeless shit.
Not one fucking drill beat.
No.
Not one. There was no beat in there where you'd be like, no,
I like that with them too, though.
Head knocking. That shit was fire.
You don't. So they talk 50 and Ja.
Yeah.
I like it, but I think 50 talks too much. He's a funny nigga. 2, he's the showman. Like he got showmanship. I think people will forget about the music and lock into 50 showmanship, and 50 will get the win.
Yo, man, there's no way 50's letting that nigga play no songs, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
Shit trash, man. Shit trash, man. No, shit off, man. Like, you know, it's just, there's no way. I'll go for the entertainment of it all because I can't wait. First of all, 50 buried him in real life. So there's no point for this musical battle. Like,
But John still got hits.
he does.
He didn't bury the hits. He buried making music after that, but he didn't bury the hits.
Listen, John made it sound all right to sing. And 50 clowned him for it and then started
He did
singing.
it.
Yeah, he just started doing this. There's no doubt about it. Like, I feel like he just got mad. He got mad summertime hits. He got mad summertime hits.
All that
like,
Shanti and J-Lo joints.
When we start talking about, I don't give a fuck what Ja Rule played. When Many Men come on, that's 3 rounds.
That is 3 rounds.
3 rounds right there. I don't give a fuck what you play. I don't hear no Ashanti. I don't hear no J-Lo. I don't hear none of that shit. It's 3 rounds, bro.
Shit, I want early 50. I want 50 before Get Rich or Die Trying. Because he had some.
They should class some sound up on some more like the Locks versus fucking Outkast. Something like that kind of contrast where it's like, it's Outkast.
You would have to
done more bodies of work. I feel like they got the equal amount of bodies of work.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
They definitely got more. They got more Billboard hits.
Billboard hits, yeah, but like that lock shit, boy. I don't know. First of all, the skit that starts "We Are the Streets" is around. It's around.
Locks and Outkast won't be a good.
You don't like it?
Nah, it's two different types of music.
Oh yeah.
I like it because you would have to listen. Like
I'm never gonna want.
But wasn't because early Outkast wasn't, they wasn't super gangster, but they wasn't on some shaker like a salt shaker.
I'm not gonna want to tear the seats out of my car to an Outkast song like I am to a Lock song.
I don't know, bro, because if that I choose you, hey, that shit come on.
So you would have to be a fan. Like you would have to be a true fan of this battle. Like you would have to be a fan of both guys to really understand or appreciate the battle. So, but I get your point, Kaba.
I want to see some group shit next. But they haven't even gone to rappers though.
Nah.
They should stick to producers, man. I think that's how it works. I think it works that way.
I don't know, man. Yeah, you know what? I was thinking that during that battle though, because I'm like, honestly, a lot of these beats are just beats. They're producers, but until these artists, until Method Man gets on that beat, until ODB or Jay or Nas gets on that beat and turns it into just from a beat into like fucking a class a classical ass track. Like that's why I don't mind if they get into the rap aspect of it, because some of these beats, I bet you there's probably 4 or 5 rappers like, oh, I passed on that one. And they just took that one rapper to connect to it and then make it a smash. Yeah. So I wouldn't mind if they transition. I wouldn't go all the way.
Just think about Kanye's joint, right? Can't wait. What's it? It's on the graduation joint. Oh, get money, babe.
Oh yeah. I had a dream that I died, went to heaven.
Yeah. I can't wait to get my money right. Ooh. Jeezy was supposed to be that. He gave that beat to Jeezy.
Right.
Jeezy turned it. I don't know if he turned it down, but just imagine if Kanye, I think Kanye was better suited for that beat. We probably don't even talk about that song or that beat if Jeezy had did it.
Right.
And then the motherfucker turned it down. Kanye went on it and still put Jeezy on it. Get funny, man. That's what
I like a rap battle. That'll be cool. But then you got songs like Breathe, right? Where it's like nobody killed that beat the way Fab killed that beat. So it's like a beat verse. Like it's a cheat code. You know what I'm saying? Like Breathe is a cheat code.
You think what's the name could go up against Fab? We're talking about bars. Joe Budden.
Bar for bar.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not in this forum.
Will that be a good battle? Yeah, I think that'd be a good battle.
In this forum?
Bars?
No. But I'm saying this isn't about the bars though. It's the versus forum is about the song and where it took you. Like Joe Budden's gonna have a few of them, but like
you can set the context because they both did mixtapes, right? You can set the context. Like this is about bars.
I'd rather see
Fab
up against Fab and Jada.
Jada.
I'd like to see that because what's the Jada Alchemist shit where he cuts into it? The Hold You Down?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like you put that up against a Breathe. Like nobody else could have did that Hold You Down the way that Jada did it versus the way Fab did Breathe. Like, and plus they have an album together, so you know that there is some synergy there.
Yep.
But like, the Buttons to me, we starting to get into battle rap now.
Yeah, no, you're right.
No, that nigga really battle rap though.
Yeah.
You're right.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to more of them. I wonder if aren't they like trying to put together like a TV deal or some shit with this? Like a channel?
Pretty sure that
there's no verse
probably happened.
to grow into?
You would have to believe that something was going to come out of this because of all the excitement coming out. But
I gave it a name. It didn't have a name before. They gave it a name.
Right, they branded it.
But I know that they've already been doing those kind of battles before. Because I know that Red Bull had them that battle versus battle shit. So it's been done before. But I think that the quarantine has taken it to the next level because
I think they would have to do a TV channel, or what Reem is alluding to, just because once we come out of this, I don't know if people are going to be paying attention to IG Live as much. Right? So it would be the next iteration of battles. And where would it be? What would be the outlet?
And you're definitely going to need a visual for it. I'm still waiting for them to pull my man Just Blaze into this, dog.
I can't wait.
Who does he go against, though?
One of the things that was crazy about it, though, was watching all the interaction. So that
everybody's on that shit.
You know what I'm saying? That was kind of crazy about it too, man. It's just watching everybody comment. You know what I'm saying? After every song, you see a nice little pause, and then as soon as that beat dropped, you know what I'm saying? That was kind of dope about that too, man. Like just watching people just interacting with the record, man.
Yeah, I honestly felt like, and that's the beauty about that scroll underneath, is that like that's the closest that a lot of the world is gonna come to some of their favorite artists and rappers, and niggas is reading it. They are reading it. So it wasn't on me. I'm not no clout dude, so I'm not gonna say nothing outlandish on it just to like get attention. But I felt like I was commenting a lot. Like I just couldn't help it. I was I froze. I felt like I was commenting a lot because it's just like in that zone, and I'm like, damn, I think Primo's reading my shit. Just to have that feeling, that connectivity with the whole thing was that shit fire.
What would have made it iller, like if you could have dropped a GIF on there? It's like some of the reactions is like it was like, oh my god, like you want to throw the ugly face on there, like ooh.
Right. You need more than just a emoji.
Yeah.
At the max, that live had 198,000 views that I saw. You don't think that was do you think that was a little like low? I would have thought it would have been so much more views.
Tory Lanez 170 before they even started playing music.
Now, I went over 200,000 at one point.
Huh?
You talking about the RZA and
Yeah, at the max, I seen 198,000. That's what I'm saying. That was the max. I expected that to be so much more viewers than that. Because if Tory Lanez is getting like 300,000 breaking records, how are we?
Low.
Nah, but I think I think that has a lot to do with these two producers, right? They're not synonymous with this generation of music.
Yeah, but
and IG is synonymous with the generation right now. So if they were, I guess, closer to this age demographic of technology and iPhones and all of that, there's mad niggas right now that's mad as fuck. They don't know how to use their iPhone on live. Like, I missed what? Well, cut on the YouTube then. Right, and that's all I think that was. If it was because like you said, Tory Lanez can get 300,000 people watching my boo twerk and dunk. DJ Duffy. Boy, oh boy.
Yeah, but
y'all watch that quarantine? I haven't watched the quarantine radio.
That's the thing, though, right? Like, that's quarantine radio. That's Tory Lanez. That's more of a commercialized viewpoint, right? You have two producers that have made it a point almost in their whole career not to be commercial. I think DJ Premier even said it at one point in time. Like we made this song to be commercial, and unfortunately, like Boom was to be commercial and it never went anywhere. And then they made there was another song they made not to be commercial, and then all of a sudden it decided to blow up.
Right.
So now you have that. I thought 198, 199, 200 was a lot, man. Like I thought it was like, I didn't think it was gonna get up to that high. I didn't know.
I thought the hype around it was.
I didn't know that many people followed. I know Wu-Tang.
The highest one.
Right? I know Wu-Tang is a thing, but I'm not thinking people are gonna follow Premier and a RZA battle. I just didn't think people were that into that shit. To be honest, I'm like, people are gonna probably want to watch a D Nice or Quarantine Radio versus seeing these two, in my eyes, legends go at it. So when I saw 199, I was like, oh shit.
I mean, and don't sleep. It's still 2 D1 college football stadiums.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
I was saying, you know,
I just think that, you know, again, just 3.5 hours. There's probably dudes that's probably somewhere between 5 and 8 years older than us, probably 2 years younger than Kaba, that didn't connect to it because, like, I don't even have an Instagram account.
Just think about how many people might have watched. Somebody might have watched it on somebody else's laptop, right? Might have been a whole group. Especially with technology, might have plugged it up to a TV, right? Like you never know how many of those multiple people in the room. Because I just found out that you could actually watch IG Lives on a Mac. Didn't know you could do that.
I didn't know you could do that.
I just found out. And so
Fucked up.
they just started at they had 175 before they even played one beat. So many people was locked in.
That's crazy.
Good for us.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that was good.
Speak.
Yo, how y'all feel about this sports thing, man? How y'all feel about it? Y'all feeling good about this shit?
What sports thing, bro?
Dr. Fauci gave the okay.
To play?
He was like, yo, if y'all want to play, y'all can play. Empty stadiums, though.
I mean, I watch it.
Right? That means football's on.
Well, you know, that's why I was never worried about it. I was like, my sport ain't active yet. Like, I ain't worried about it. But would they CGI the fucking stands? Like, can I get like the NBA jam in the background or something? Like, that shit gonna be weird as hell if you can hear the ball bouncing.
Oh yeah, sneakers.
Like, that's gonna be weird as fuck, bro. Like, I mean, everybody's gonna watch though.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm watching. I'm definitely watching.
All right. I know ESPN right now. It's like, oh, thank God. Oh, thank God for Dr. Fauci. But are the players going to commit to it, though?
Why wouldn't they?
Well, one player already lost his mom, right?
Oh, that's right.
Carl Anthony Towns. Rest in peace.
I commit. I mean, unless they already get paid, right? So, I don't know. The players might not even commit to it.
Because I think LeBron made that statement before it got shut down. Like, I'm not playing in front of an empty crowd. Like, I come out here to play in front of them. And then what's that game going to be like? Like, it's not going to have the same intensity. It's not going to have the same feel.
It's practice.
It's the same pressure. It's practice. It's
literally what I mean. Like, it's
scrimmage. So, again, I'll watch because I'm a fan.
I better take your millionaire asses and go play that fucking sport. That's what I would say.
Nah, I'm already paid, dog. What you talk about? Nah, but yo, would you really care to watch it though, bro? Like, if you knew it was only gonna be 75% of what you used to,
why would it be only 75%?
Because the intensity is not gonna be there. That crowd provides so much.
Have you never played a hustle in your life and had the intensity there?
Yeah, because I've never played in front of 30,000 people.
You're giving me an excuse. You've never played a hustle and wanted to win that bad that you were hustling and.
Not every hustle.
Yeah, I mean, ain't nobody watching. Fuck, I can take this one off. I won the last one. You know, I gotta win today.
Even pickup games have fans there.
I mean,
where?
You never been to like pickup? They got people out there because you got people waiting for next, so you got them watching.
When the king of PBD is on the court, you already know. That's I think it's cool because it kind of represents some kind of
Normalcy?
Form of normality.
Yes.
You know, just to see athletes being athletic and competitive again. But that's why I'm suggesting you CGI the stands, bro. Because if you look on the screen and you just see 14 motherfuckers in the building, 10 of them is on the court, I think it's just gonna be like, oh, all right, this is the USA practice drills. Okay, I'm watching for a little bit.
What if they could do this? What if they can have viewers like on the big screen? To set up like viewers on the big screen.
Just set up mad tablets in the seats.
Just mad.
Mad tablets in the seats. Yo, honestly, probably wouldn't be a bad idea, Kaba, because at least then you can get the crowd noise.
Fam, I think that's what we're heading to anyways. With virtual reality and augmented reality, we are heading into that place where we're going to be able to watch and feel like you're at the game from the comforts of your home.
I pray not. Yo, you ever see that cartoon? What was it called? Was it Wally? I think it's called Wally. But basically planet Earth gets all fucked up, right? And so to save humanity, they create this giant ass spaceship, and humanity is out of space. And then niggas all getting fat because they never get up out of their chair. They're just sitting around in this floating ass chair, watching shit from the comfort of their couch. Nah, man, get your ass out, go outside, buy a ticket. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy the night. You ain't gonna be able to stop people from going outside once they open up these doors. I hope we don't get to that virtual reality shit. I want to be there.
Do you think they will go back to normal after this corona shit's over?
It better not.
What changes?
It's gonna take a while.
Well,
nightclubs change.
That's the one thing I don't know.
I don't know.
That one was all right. That one was
Grove Street gonna be flooded.
Oh, I'm not saying they should change. I'm just saying.
Grove Street's gonna be flooded. Trust me.
They're predicting movie theaters are gonna go out of business.
Because of this?
Yeah, absolutely.
AMC. Yeah. AMC is already filed for bankruptcy.
Yeah, for sure.
So they're saying movie theaters are going to be a thing of the past.
That been on the verge though.
Yeah,
Netflix started that shit. Original content, HBO, all of that shit is just done. But you should. What this nigga Al just asked me. Oh, you know what is gonna? You know it's gonna be the worst when this quarantine shit ends and the clubs open back up. Niggas asking for a dance. Forget about it. Come on, baby, what's going on? Dance one dance. Get your old Corona COVID-19 ass away from me. I'm with my clean friends. No more dances is happening, bro. That's it. I'm glad I'm out of that club era. That's it. I don't know, man. I really hope that it doesn't go back to the same. I don't want it to be all of this social distancing shit, but
no, I think it goes back to being we're culture of habit, right? So like, and this is on a small scale, but think about what happened after Nipsey, what happened after Kobe. After a while, we just get back into that motion again, and we go right back to being the same people.
I don't think those things, Kobe and Nipsey, didn't affect everybody, right?
True.
So look at 9/11 had an effect on
that's
everybody, right? And so you ain't gonna tell me you ain't look at a motherfucker funny when you saw somebody looking suspicious near a subway, a bus.
Put that bag down for him.
Yeah, right? And so I think this, and I was telling our guys that we coach for AAU, was like, yo, I don't even when we say if we do come out of this in June, I don't see parents ready to send their kids off to be traveling across the country to be in these gyms playing against other kids and being around other people not knowing where they come from. I just don't see it.
You know, I guess for me, I'm not even socially, if everything went kind of like back to normal, I guess that's not where I'm looking for or hoping that there's change. It's more domestically in your homes, right? That aspect of, you know, being cleaner than you maybe were before, that whole aspect of reaching out to family and friends more, you know, like those are the subtle changes that I'm hoping, really sending those flowers now, you know, because at any point in time, like those are the little changes that I hope to see, like socially, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't wait to go out to eat. Like, you know, I want to sit down in a restaurant. I want to go to a game. I'm definitely still, matter of fact, the NFL ticket's supposed to drop this weekend. I'm about to see if they for the low right now. Book something for like November for Dallas, but
nigga, I want a podcast. I want to be with y'all. I want a podcast.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I want cookouts. Like, I want to do those. Like, I want to do those things. You know what I mean? So,
we could still pod, you know, but
No, I want it. No, it's nothing like I think we vibe already, but it's nothing like when we're together.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that we could still be doing that, but I don't know why we're not. I'm confused as to why we're not potting together.
I don't know. It's better safe than sorry. You know, Al, to your point though about going back to the same. The animal street markets is back open in China. You can still buy a dog, a cat, a bat, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. Quick blip. So a lot of things will get right back to normal, but some things, I guess domestically, I hope those things change.
You know, I was looking at this from a biblical perspective, and I was hoping.
This nigga's Bible now. Oh, you I kneel. I'm out of here, bro.
Yeah, I was hoping like people would take this as like and I don't know if this is me just being funny. I don't know if this is the way that the Bible was created or anything like that, but like thinking in a funny way, if the Bible was created this way, like all of a sudden people start to change or start to change the way that they eat, especially as they grow older, right? Like when you're young and dumb and fucking around, like who gives a shit? McDonald's, all that shit doesn't matter. But as you grow older, maybe you start to change the way that your living habits, because at some point in time, you never know if it's at your lifetime or not. There may be this huge fucking monster that comes around throughout the entire world and sweeps the entire world. And
praying for niggas with high cholesterol. Praying on them niggas. Praying on them.
Word.
Right. This is wild, man. This shit, wow. Yo, global pandemic. Yo, we got that shit under our belt, bro. What? Well, I ain't gonna say under. We slowly achieving it because, to Bub's point, they open up these doors, man. I ain't going nowhere, bro. Going nowhere. Like,
now there's fears of it coming back again. They say that it even though if it tapers off, it might come back again. Yo, what's up with your boy Bill Gates and pushing this vaccine thing though? Nobody thinks that's a little strange?
What you talking about?
It's a well,
he's pushing it kind of hard.
What you talking about? What did he say?
He's been pushing vaccine for a little while, but the hell is he? He's older. He's been.
There are some we know that there are benefits to vaccines, right? So globally, not individually. I don't take a flu shot. I'll let you know that. But there are some, extremely destitute places in the world that are exposed to high levels of disease without regular cleaning products and things of that nature, where vaccines can help. But I think to that Bill Gates shit, and I don't know if it's him or conspiracy theorists or whatever, I do believe that whatever vaccine comes out is coming with a code in it. I just do. I think it's a genetic tag of some sort, bro. That just like, I don't know what they do with the information, why it's in you. I'm not taking the vaccine. I'd rather socially distance than take the fucking vaccine. Me and Megatron be walking around in a goddamn gerbil bubble before I give him that vaccine.
What if you get to be a grandfather, though? What if you get to be like 70, 80?
Hey, man, eating pussy got me this far. Why change now? You know what I'm saying? Chill, dog. It's not going to happen, bro.
Oh, shit.
I take my vitamins. I reduce my lactose intake type shit. Eat more vegetables. To your point, no more McDonald's. But that guy missed me with that bad. Even now, like, how much medicine have you? I've been sick. Not COVID sick, not Corona-19, but I've been sick. I took maybe 1 pack of Theraflu, but that's the most I'm doing. The rest is just pineapples and ginger, turmeric, and orange juice. Like, whatever, But what is Bill saying though, Al? Is he really trying to take over the world right now?
I don't know what he's trying to do, but I know that he's been quoted on like stages talking about population control needs to happen years ago, and now he's pushing the vaccine. It's a little funny to me.
I believe that population control shit, not in America, because like to the podcast that we had a while back, where it was like there's vast amount of uncharted land in America. So I don't know that we need population control more than we need population expansion. Like, stop building up and start building out. Maybe this is the catalyst for that, but shit out there, 1 billion people in one place, dog. That's how you get these pandemics. Is it? Speaking of what, you talk about Bill Gates, what about my man, Big Daddy Trump? This nigga is cutting funding to the WHO.
I saw that.
Blaming them for the way that America administered the whole recovery action. They said, well, if they would have told me something sooner than December, I wouldn't have lied for 3 months. Fuck it, don't give them no more money. That's crazy, bro. Crazy.
Gangster.
Got it all under control. We got 1 case. America's good. We contained it. Now it's the World Health Organization. It's their fault. That's crazy.
It's crazy.
And then Big Daddy Trump blessed us all, didn't he?
Yeah. He cut the check.
Got your vote?
No. Not only did he cut the check, the motherfucker unprecedentedly removed the treasurer's signature and put his name on the physical fucking checks. What the fuck? This is the most gangster, hateful motherfucker in the world.
Listen, Trump is, and we're gonna disagree probably. He's a legend. Like,
the Nino Brown on steroids. This shit bigger than Daddy Trump. It's crazy. Who even thinks to do that?
Where's the check and balance to that?
What happened?
Where's the check and balance? Isn't the government all built on checks and balances?
Well, we got bigger shit to worry about than whose signature's on it. He authorized, he the commander-in-chief, he want to put his name on, but nobody would think to do it. Yo, just get the money out to the people. Don't change the whole operational structure of how the signatures are printed on the check to reflect my name. But now, do that, because that's how I let them know that they got this money because I signed the check.
Yeah.
This is my business. America's my business.
That's what Trump did. He's on me.
100%.
Keep in mind, some way, somehow, we're all paying that back, one way or another.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. I almost pulled the nigga shit ASAP. I was like, oh, shit, I qualify? Okay, cool. That's what's up. And the first thing I did, son, I went on StockX. And I wanted my Yeezy 700s. I called my man Tony Rock, and yo, by the way, Tony Rock is the sneaker plug out in LA. He's like, yo, if you want to talk about the sneaker game shit in one of these live events, let me know. We can get on there and do it. But I call him up, and I'm like, this is awesome. Just like I'm not gonna say I don't want the money, but I wasn't expecting it. You know what I'm saying? So it came in. I'm like, I'll buy myself a pair of Yeezys. Went on StockX. I called him up and said, yo, can you get your hands on a pair of these Yeezys? He was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? They just came out. I was like, you know what? Well, yeah, what's the going rate? And then I thought about it. I'm like, fuck it. I just got this check. It's whatever. Yo, matter of fact, can you get them in a size 12? And as soon as the 12 came out, the Democratic Jew kicked in. I was like, hold on, wait, time. How much are they? They said $450. I was like, you know what? Never mind. I'm going to go buy some Reebok stock. That's what I'm going to go do that. I was tripping.
How many bottles of Crown you can get with $450?
But now imagine how many people, to Al's point, are like, yo, we going to pay that back. How many people right now don't have that self-control to like, all right, I'm going to spend my money on my essentials versus like, you know what? We found out during this quarantine, we actually need another 55-inch television. That'll do.
I mean, I would hope that we realize that $1,200 isn't anything. $1,200 is $300 a week. You're not even like
long term. $1,200 to a nigga with $12. I wouldn't say 12. Yeah, I'm not gonna say $1,200 is nothing, right?
Wait. Are we gonna do this right now? $1,200?
No. I'm saying somebody can pay their rent with that, right? Somebody might be behind in their
One time.
One time is better than no time.
So what happens next month? What happens next month when they don't have it?
That's on you. That's on you.
Is it one time or is it $1,200 a month? Is this a month?
No, I only heard about a one-time stimulus.
One-time drop.
That's why they started the whole.
If you're on unemployment, you get an extra $600 a week.
Okay.
Meanwhile, let's go bail out the corporations again. You know what? Whatever.
I heard millionaires
Hey,
get
yo,
1.7.
We can talk about that because when we say bail out the corporations, right? We still have to keep in mind that that unemployment rate is serious right now. You're gonna breach 20 million people unemployed by the end of this month. And the reason why they're unemployed is because corporations can't afford to keep them employed. A lot of these businesses that we think are large corporations are actually based on loans. Like they have loan payments that they have to make. And because of the lack of commerce that's going on right now, they're not generating enough revenue to make those calls. So it's like, all right, I can cut these people, save the money that I would pay them, and pay the loans that I owe. That bailout for the corporations, in a way, will definitely have direct impact to how fast people get rehired back into the job force after they open up the doors. So, I mean, it has to happen. So I get it. $1,200 for us and $1.2 million for the small business, but that small business is a part of our community too.
Again, keep in mind that we also didn't have money for universal health care, but $2.1 trillion just came out of nowhere.
Oh yeah, no, we had it.
That's not funny to anybody.
We know we had it.
Do we have it?
Yeah.
But again, that $2 trillion, you got to think about what it means right now. That's not, they didn't shell out $2 trillion.
Okay,
you know, so they gave out like $300 billion to people. A lot of that money is being earmarked to loan forgiveness for small businesses and large corporations who don't have the finances to stay open. So they will take out a loan or defer a loan that they already have. And as long as they can demonstrate that they're keeping a certain employment rate and that they're spending the money on operating costs and they're not spending that money to pay off a different loan somewhere else, then that small business won't have to pay it back, or that business won't have to pay it back, which again, keeps them alive and operating a little longer. That stimulus is going to pay the bank that lent that business the money, because technically that money's still coming out of the bank. But it definitely is a huge smack in the face to Bernie Sanders and them, that in the midst of a crisis, you can find $2 trillion, but in 4 fucking years of presidency, you can't find no money for this. Oh shit, what happened? What happened? Oh, my bad. Yeah, in a month you can find $2 trillion, but in 4 years you can't find money for universal health care or one or the other. Fucking free college state tuitions. You know what I mean? You can't find none of that.
I think that's what Alex is referring to, is that you have these businesses that have to go through exactly what you just said, Reem. They have to go through these checks and balances, and they are going to be audited if they do not go through these checks and balances to get to these bailouts. However, you also, in that mix, you also have businesses that do not have to go through these checks and balances, right? Like you had Goldman and Sachs, and you had all these JP and Morgans or whatever that did not have to go through these checks and balances, that also got bailed out, and now you're like, you can't account for that money at all. Like, where the hell did that money go? So you have these areas where, to Reem's point, it's fucking necessary, man. Like there needs to be a way for you to bring money back into society, so that society spends that money, hopefully in small businesses, but if they spend it in corporations such as Walmart or whatever the case may be, then that keeps those corporations moving and keeps a lot of other corporations alive. But there's also going to be thieves in that whole process.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's too much money, boy. You know how much money about to go missing? You $2 trillion, nigga. Yeah, about to be $400 million. Like what? I thought it was that.
Corona showed how bad capitalism is, and I think it's showing itself. That's it. That's all I had.
Yo, we still.
Hey, bro, communism didn't do no better.
No, it didn't.
Communism didn't do no better, bro.
Who wants communism?
I mean, what's this? Isn't Italy like a socialist society? Shit, didn't work out well there.
I don't know if it is.
I have to look into that. Yeah, anybody listening and checking us out, find out if this. I know they got universal shit out there too, but I agree with you, Al. I think that it definitely showed that we have the money, we have the capability. Once we do get back on our feet, the thing that I'm really watching for right now is how fast the job markets and the job creations start to develop. Because if you have 20 million people unemployed and then you open up back outside and you said you gave $2 trillion out for people to spend, I'm gonna need to see job creation like spiking. That's the part I do hope kind of goes back to normal. You know, that shit's scary, bro. They paid out the unemployment pretty quick though. I be hearing people like, yo, I got laid off. My son's grandma was like, oh, yeah, I got laid off. I'm like, damn, I didn't know you was laid off. She's like, yeah, my unemployment.
Yeah.
Like, oh, all right, that's what's up.
They were dishing it out.
That's what's up. And then what is unemployment though? Is that like your check? Is it like a percentage of your check? Is it like 70% of what you make?
I remember. I think it's like anywhere from 6. I think like 70%, maybe 80.
Damn.
That's still
which I can make work. I can make that work. I can make a 20% dip work.
Yeah.
I'll figure that out. A little more rice. A little more rice. A little more rice.
Won't be no crab. Won't be no crab boils.
Yeah, ain't no more crab boils, boy. It'll just be the black clams, the mussels. This is all I got. Mussels. That's all I got, brother. But yeah, man, shout out to the people who have been impacted. I think it's important to acknowledge that this should show how vulnerable we all are. Like, it's vulnerable, even from a health perspective, from a financial perspective. It was eye-opening. And what are we gonna do after? What are you gonna do when them doors open? If you don't change your habits before them doors open, you fucked up. I can't say that because I was just watching a YouTube of Bootsy Badass on the Breakfast Club virtually. That nigga might be the funniest man alive.
I see it. I gotta check that out.
Yo, I'm recommending it to everybody. He said, man, I don't fuck about no coronavirus, man. I live on faith. Like, I just do a pool party, and if you come to my pool party, titties gotta be out. I'm like, damn, not only are you throwing parties at your house, you exposing people to skin contact. Okay, you really don't give a fuck about this corona shit. But that interview was so funny, man. I'm about to start listening to his music. It's comedy. Bootsy Badass.
Y'all got some honorable mentions?
Oh shit.
Yo, you know, I was so caught up on this damn Zoom shit, I ain't even think about no honorable mentions. Oh, I do have an honorable mention. No, I feel like I already said it before. Man Like Mobeen, season 2 came out.
Who?
Man Like Mobeen. It's a Netflix show, short episodes, like, 20 minutes. It's only like 5 or 6 episodes, but it's just this weird. He's a Pakistani Muslim that lives in London. He's a roadman that has to raise his daughter, but it's just the way it's shot. It's my kind of funny. My mother hates it, but that would be my honorable mention. I just blew through the 5 episodes. It only took an hour, but Man Like Mobeen, Netflix season 2.
I guess I'm gonna go you guys for your IG lives.
Go! Way to step out on the ledge, fellas.
Held it down. Appreciated it, man. Content.
Yeah,
very good content.
That was good.
I think we really challenged ourselves with that, yo. And I'm like, I don't know about you two. I was armpit sweat heavy. I was nervous, man. I'm like, this is my nigga, but I'm just like, ugh. And I'm reading the comments, and I'm like, what is this to me? Like, it was. Congratulations, fellas, for stepping out on that ledge. That was fire.
Yeah.
Dope. Yo, your brother, Reem, we're going to have a conversation. He's out of pocket. He's out of pocket. Even though I'm a Dipset fan, but Jesus Christ.
He goes way hard about the rumors. I'm like, all right, man. Greatest rap group ever. Fuck Wu-Tang.
I think he's one of the busters. I think he's willing to be out here like this.
Legit, yo. Reps that shit.
My honorable mention is gonna be Jon Hope, and not because he was on the live, but he's got the Deeper Than Rap series. I forgot the YouTube channel, but he's gonna post some of them should be posted on his YouTube channel. Today he had Chachi Hip Hop, Chachi Caballo.
Chach, what up?
What up,
Tuck it. So even Chachi could be part of that because Chachi's a legend around here, definitely in Rhode Island. I can't speak for out of state, but I know here for Rhode Island, for hip hop, Chachi is a legend. And so shout out to Jon Hope for the Deeper Than Rap series.
That's what's up. What's been keeping me busy during the quarantine has been The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. It's on Prime.
Really?
It's on Prime Video. It's a slow starter. We watched like the first maybe like 3 or 4 episodes, and it took us a while to get like for it to get to like, all right, we can watch this a couple more times. But after it's about a young lady. So without ruining it, it's about a young lady in a relationship. She goes through things in her relationship that allow her to express herself, and in a way that's comedic. So she tries to become a comedian while she's expressing herself and her life experiences as she's going through her life experiences. So you get to travel with her through her life experiences, and you get to see her perform in a way that's kind of supposed to be, I don't know if it's supposed to be real life. They have like real life comedians from back in the 50s. So they have like real life comedians from back in the 50s, or at least portrayal of real life comedians from back in the 50s, like Bob Hope and shit like that. And she's like interacting with them. So it's a pretty cool little series. Now series 3, series 4, I guess, comes out in November. But it's pretty cool. It's been keeping me entertained.
Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. I saw it. I didn't know. First, I thought it was like on some like action adventure, like Marvel comic type shit.
No, I don't know.
Dumb, but yeah.
I don't know. It's based in the 50s. So it's a little slow. It starts off a little slow, but once it picks up, it's pretty dope.
Yo, can I double down on mine? Westworld's out.
Westworld
on HBO, season 3.
You know what's valid? I just started watching Jack Ryan.
That shit's fire.
I like it.
Jack Ryan. And yeah, the dude from The Office. And then when I seen him, I was like, ah. And then it's the cop from The Wire. I was like, I don't know. Yep. But that shit was fire.
Good.
Yeah, Jack Ryan. Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. All right. I'm almost out of shit to watch. I told you, I ain't going away, yo. Summertime canceled, bro. Virtual barbecues and all of that shit. That's out like August, September.
It might be.
We'll see if this works. If it works, then I guess I'll see y'all back on this next Thursday.
Nah, hold on, son. If Fauci opened back up the NBA and he gonna let 20 niggas into an arena, the 4 of us can sit in the room. Like I'm just saying, like, yo, we just went what? How long? 40, 50 minutes?
Nah, we at 90.
Not one cough, not one sniffle, not a sneeze between the 4 of us. I feel like y'all been taking this distance and shit seriously. Appreciate it.
We're the experts, man. We're the experts. We're the experts, man.
I'm trying to live, nigga.
Well, again, shout out to you guys for your IG lives. It's dope. I hope you guys have more because I'm not going to do it. I'm telling you right now. Maybe I will. I don't know. I may have to dip into it.
Alex, if you don't, though, send your suggestions and maybe the other 3 of us will hit those people up, or you hit them up, set it up. One of us could be the person.
Proctor.
I definitely got Cam next week, Cam Bells.
Looking forward to that one. Shout out to Cam.
And I might have another one. I've been talking to him right now, Ricky Lito. The kid that made it out of Providence got drafted in the NBA without touching the college floor.
Yeah.
That'll be a dope conversation.
And I coached By the way, just saying.
Fire.
I also got a request for somebody to be on our podcast. So we'll talk about this after we hang up, after we let go of this shit. So we can talk after.
I mean, probably could stop the recording if you wanted to.
Yeah,
we got to get him shouts. You know what to do. Cover, you know, the motto.
Yeah. Like, follow, comment. Hopefully y'all can see this. All that, man. Let us know if this is dope, man. We should continue.
Let us know if you're missing us. Are you missing us? Are the people missing us? You're missing us.
Because
Yeah, man, we out, man. We out. This was dope, man. This was dope.
Miggs definitely he hit me up. Miggs said I posted on my story the picture of the Zoom. Said we potted. Miggs said yes, please. So shout out to Miggs.
Shout out to Miggs. Okay.
Oh yeah. All right, man. So we out.
Fire, fellas. Great work again, man. Stepping out on the ledge. Till next week.
Peace.